Hi Nick, great videos. I'd just like, if I may, to contribute some thoughts on where money goes when prices collapse, which of course I think is quite relevant to recent events. And to do this, I'd like to very briefly use a simple economy, just four people, Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, and of course Mr. D, each of whom own $100 in cash. So let's get the fundamental value of that economy right, $400 in cash. However, let's say that Mr. A paints a picture. Mr. B likes it and pays Mr. A $50 to own it. So the new situation, Mr. A has $150 in cash, Mr. B has $50 in cash, but here's the important twist. He also feels that he has $50 invested in a picture. Mr. C has his original $100, as does Mr. D. Therefore, if you asked everyone involved in the economy, how much are you worth, how much money do you have, Mr. B would include the painting and claim that he's still worth $100. However, if you add all that up, 150, 100, 100, 100, that adds up to $450 because the painting is being included by Mr. B as an investment, as a substitute for his cash, as a store of value. Okay, let's say then that Mr. C is persuaded to buy the painting from Mr. B for $100. His entire fortune is invested, there's the key word, invested in this painting. So Mr. A now has $150 thanks to selling the painting for $50 after he painted it for nothing. Mr. B has $150 now, his $50 cash plus the $100 he's just received from Mr. C. Mr. C has no cash but $100 invested in the painting, and Mr. D has $100 in cash. Now add all those up and the economy has now grown to $500. And here's why. Because Mr. C might wish to use some cash, but he has none left. He's just got this painting. However, Mr. D offers to lend him some money using the painting as collateral. Now why would Mr. D do this? Because the painting has been rising in value. It was first sold for $50 and the last transaction was $100. Now that sets the value in people who accept that situation, sets the value of the painting at $100. $500 in the economy. The painting is contributing to the additional $100 simply by the fact that the last transaction was at that $100 value. So that's what people think it's worth. However, let's say that people wake up and realise it's just a bag of shit, this painting, and I don't know, a chimpanzee's done it. It's rubbish. Or it burns, it just disappears. So, what happens now? The economy shrinks from $500, the painting's disappeared, back down to its fundamental value of $400, the original cash. So you can see what's going on. We've got a boom, which is fueled by credit using inflated collateral, which then bursts, goes back to a lower value, going back towards its fundamental value, recession, depression. Now, just to get my main point clear again, I'd just like to take that analogy and put it into the housing market, for example. It costs, say, $200,000 to build a house. It costs $200,000 per house to build many, many houses of the same type. As the prices rise, let's say they're eventually sold for $1 million. Everyone who owns one of those houses, irrespective of the building costs, feels they are living in a $1 million house. More importantly, people will lend them money based on the fact that they have a $1 million house. However, when prices start to fall, it only takes one transaction, the last transaction, one buyer, one seller, to make a transaction at a price, to set the value of the entire stock of goods of that type. So in other words, as the housing market collapses, let's say that the last price for those houses was $500,000. There's only one house needs to be sold at $500,000, and no other buyers come in to set the value of the entire stock of those houses down to $500,000. Now, where did all those $500,000 blocks that everyone's lost? You know, this guy's house was worth $1 million last year. Now the bank's getting upset because they lent him $750,000 and the house is only worth $500,000. Where did the money go? It just disappeared, and the reason is because it just appeared in people's heads based upon one transaction. The last time, or the time that it was transacted at $1 million, set the price for all the houses, set the value for all the houses in the fantasy of the economy. Anyway, I won't go on. Hope that's some contribution. As I say, great videos, Nick. Bye.